When You Trap a Tiger, written by Tay Keller. Chapter 3. What do you mean she's not here? I whispered. For a moment, I panicked. The tiger ate her, but I tell myself to remain calm. Mom sighs. I don't know. I can't tell if she's worried or annoyed. The rain runs over her eyes and lips making her emotion blurry. I wish I knew how she felt, so I could know how I should feel. Sam fiddled with the brass doorknob, willing it to turn, but that stubborn door stays shut. So Sam stares at Mom, then at me, with her hair flat and her thick eyeliner running in black stripes down her cheek. She looks like a wax tiger. We just have to wait here, in the rain, for an undetermined amount of time. Mom wiped her glass on her soaked t-shirt, which doesn't help much. So, I don't think so. Hang on. She holds up one finger, then runs around to the side of the room. Where's she going? I asked. I cut my hands over my head, trying to form a protective roof. But it's useless. Where's Harmony? Sam doesn't answer. We watch as Mom stops beneath the living room window. She taps the side of the pan, runs her hand over the sill, then thumps a fist right below the glass. Well, this is normal, Sam says, voice laced with sarcasm. Then Mom shoves the window open. She glances over at us before hoisting herself up and tumbling headfirst into the house. Whoa, I whispered. I've never seen Mom do anything like that. Sam shakes her head. Whoa, it's right. I bet she didn't. That's all the time as a teenager. Sam looks at me like she can't decide whether to frown or laugh. And I know exactly how she feels. Because picturing Mom as a teenager is both ridiculous and kind of scary. It's weird to think about Mom before we exist. But Sam smiled and my heart relaxed. She probably snuck out to party with her friends. I nod. When Sam is happy, her moon face glows, and she looks like my sister again. I inch closer to her, just barely, so she doesn't notice. She wrinkled her nose. Do you think she snuck out to see boys? I don't think she dates anybody before Dad. I can't picture Mom with anyone but Dad. Or to tell the truth, I can't picture her with anyone because I don't remember the time of Mom and Dad. I can't tell right away that was the wrong thing to say, though became Sam's glow shut up fast. She clenched her jaws and turned away. That's just my age, she muttered. Thinking about Dad is different for Sam than it is for me. She old enough to remember him. When he died in a car accident, she was 7. I was only 4. Sam, I started, but I don't know how to finish the sentence. I used to be able to talk to her. I used to tell her everything. If this happened a few years ago, I would have said, I just saw a tiger in the middle of the road. I would have shouted it right into her ear because I couldn't hold it in. I just saw. I try again, but the locks on the other side of the door interrupt. me, dancing as Mom slides them and open the door. Hurry inside, she says, as if he could get more soaked than we already are. Sam and I entered, leaving watery footprints in the entryway. Lake-sized puddle on the wood floor. Homini's house looked like a memory. The living room and kitchen cuddled together around a purple dining table and a fireplace that doesn't work. An old grandfather clock tut in the far corner of the living room. And the mantle, two stone lion, hug and photograph of Mom welcoming wealth into her life. On the other side, a frog guard, a photo of Sam and me protecting our happiness, and everywhere, and baskets hung from ceiling, sitting on countertops, stuffed bowls or bundle up herbs and smudge sticks to cast away head energy. When I breathed the house in, the scents of buckwheat, noodles, sage, and laundry detergent smells like home. Sam's less happy. She folds her arms over her chest and frowns. She says, "What's that?" I follow her gaze at the other end of the living room. There's Homini's bedroom, the bathroom, and two staircases, one that goes up to the attic bedroom and one that goes down to the basement. But now, in front of the basement door, there's a tower of engraved Korean chests and cardboard boxes stacked like a barricade. Mom shakes her head. That's bizarre, isn't it? Why would she do that? She chews on her thumbnail and glances around the room for a second. I catch the worry in her eye. My earlier excitement strips away. It is odd. There's out of place, and Homini's not here. Something cold and dark settled in my stomach. "Where's Homini?" I asked. Mom looks at me and softens. "Oh, don't worry. I'm sure she's just out shopping or visiting her friends. You know how she is." She gives me a smile that's sad and hopeful at once. "Are you happy to be here, Lily?" There's something going on, something she isn't saying. I want to ask her about it, but I don't want to take away her smile, so I just nod. She's about to say something else, but a shiver grabs me by the shoulder and shakes me. Mom blinks at us like she'd forgotten how wet we were. "Right, hang on. Let me find something for us to change into." Our suitcases are back in the car, and none of us want to brave the rain. So Mom wanders down the hall and into Homini's room. When she emerged, her hands are full of towels and Homini's silk nightgown, and Sam and I plucked off the top the pale orange nightgown shimmer and shift like sunset in my hands. Even Homini's pajamas are beautiful. "I'm gonna turn up the heat," Mom says. "Wait here." But of course Sam doesn't wait. As soon as Mom walks back in Homini's room, Sam dodges boxes and furniture and heads right upstairs to our bedroom, leaving puddle lakes behind her. I started after her, but hesitate. I don't want to be like the little Aggie who follows her Anya everywhere. But in the end, of course, I follow her anyway. Upstairs, the attic room is a creaky cozy with peaked ceiling, a full-length wood-framed mirror, and two twin beds dressed in fade quilts. When Sam and I lived here, we pushed the beds together and curled into one another, trading stories into the dark. Now, the beds are on the opposite of the room, separated by the wide window. Sam throws off her wet clothes, smears her dark makeup onto the clean towel, and tucks a black squeeze nightgown on. Then he flops onto her back. The matter greets her with a groan, and she reaches behind the bed frame to plug her phone in before turning to him. What are you doing? You were supposed to wait downstairs. Sam always acts like a mom's order, only aptly to me, which is annoying, but I'm used to it. I sigh and dry off before slipping into my own nightgown. The soft worms sending a shiver through me, releasing the cold in my bones. I breathe in, hoping for Harmony's milk scent, but all I get is a hint of soap. Sam frowns, still waiting for me to leave, but I sit on my bed instead. Does this place feel weird to you? I pick at the bedspread as I peek, careful not to look at her with Harmony's missing, and all that stuff blocking the basement and just the vibe. Like something's wrong. First of all, Harmony's not missing. She's just out. Don't be so dramatic. Second of all, yeah, the vibe is weird. But Harmony's house always feels like this. Next to her, Sam's phone goes bright and begins loading, like it's stretching as it wakes up from a nap. She grabs it and watches it blink on, only half paying attention to me. Do you remember last time we moved here? Kind of. We lived here for 3 years after Dad died. I was born in California, but my first memories are shaped like this house. Sam scrolls through her phone, and I don't expect her to respond. But she drops it and looks up. At first, it was nice to be here, because Harmony took care of us when we're sad and she helped Mom out. But Harmony was always doing weird things without explaining any of it. She's full of secrets. This house is full of secrets. I chew my lips like what? Sam rolls her eyes. I don't know. That's not the point. The point is we're here instead of California, and I hate it. I hate being here. Sam's words are so harsh that I flinch. Don't say that. The way I remember is Sam and I loved living here. We were sad because of Dad, of course, but it wasn't all bad. Sam and I told stories in the attic. Room was at rice, cakes, and kitchen. We created imaginary words in the basement. We were together. I want to ask her, do you remember? But Sam keeps going. It's just no fair, Lily. But want to move closer to Harmony, which is nice, and but we didn't even get to say. We didn't even get to say goodbye. Aren't you a little bit angry? If I'm being honest, I am maybe a little bit angry, but I'm happy to be here. I clear my throat, take a breath, swallow. I think maybe you should be a little nicer to Mom. My palm goes sweaty. This is dangerous territory. I don't usually confront Sam. We're sisters, and sisters are always supposed to be on the same side. Sam rolls her eye. Seriously, Lily? I can't believe you're defending her. I can't get the look on Mom's face out of my head. Downstairs, looking for Harmony, she seemed so fragile, like not how moms are supposed to look. I don't know how Sam didn't see that. Sam stares at me. And when I don't answer, she sighs, spit it out, Lily. You don't have to be so creepy and quiet all the time. You're being a QAG. QAG is stand for quite Asian girl, as in a stereotype. As in Sam tries so hard not to be a bleached a lock of her hair and says every little thought that comes to mind. I tell her I'm only trying to help. I ask, don't you see how hard Mom's trying? I say, I don't know why you're so mad at me. But actually, I don't say any of that. The words get stuck in my throat. Sam's just so angry all the time, and everything I say sets her off. She rolls her eyes again. Whatever, you always make me be the bad guy. Just because I speak my mind. You don't have to be so afraid to rock the boat. You know, what Sam doesn't realize is that she's already rocking our boat. If I rock it too, the boat will flip. We'll get drowned. I listen to the rain beat against the roof. I run my hands over the quilt. I say, you should be happy. You like Hominy. At least I think that's true. Sam doesn't seem to like anything anymore except her phone, maybe. She shrugs. I'm just saying the point is having to live here without any friends, with just your mom and grandmother, that's a lot. And your sister, I say, so quiet I can barely hear myself, so quiet like a QAD. I'm here too. Sam has a sharp response. Ready, I can tell. But my words stop her. She shoulders relax. Yeah, she says. It's just one very small word. But she says it's soft. And it's open up my heart and won't spill out. Spreading through my body into my toes and fingertips. Yeah, I reply. I almost feel like I could tell her about the tiger dream marriage spirits thing. Then downstairs, the door slammed open. Hominy's home.